The international soccer community is officially locked in as the 2026 FIFA World Cup officially kicks off across North America, with the tournament expanding to a massive 48-team format. Fans are treated to an absolute avalanche of high-stakes matchups from the very first week. While heavy hitters like Brazil, France, and Argentina are naturally dominating the mainstream media headlines, expert analysts are urging fans to look closely at the tactical powder keg brewing in Group B, featuring co-host Canada, European stalwart Switzerland, a deeply resilient Bosnia and Herzegovina squad, and Asian powerhouse of Qatar. Group B represents a chaotic mix of styles, pressure, and high-stakes narratives. If you are a dedicated follower of international soccer tactics, or if you're tracking the viral tournament predictions blowing up across social media platforms like TikTok and X, this comprehensive Group B breakdown gives you a direct look at the fight for survival on the world's biggest stage. To truly understand the massive expectations surrounding Group B, you have to start directly with the co-hosts, the Canada men's national soccer team. Playing group stage matches on native home soil introduces an incredible, roaring home field advantage, but also piles an absolute mountain of public pressure onto a young, developing squad. Led by their world-class talisman and captain Alphonso Davies, Canada enters the 2026 tournament with far more structural maturity and tactical depth than they possessed during their rapid learning experience 4 years ago. The Canadian tactical system is explicitly built to maximize explosive transition pace, using lightning-fast wingbacks to aggressively overload opposing defenses on the counterattack. For Canada, escaping Group B isn't just a hopeful goal. It is an absolute national expectation that will heavily define the mainstream success of the tournament's opening weeks across the country. However, the path to the knockout rounds runs directly through a highly disciplined, tournament-hardened Switzerland squad. The Swiss national team has built a fierce global reputation as one of the absolute most stubborn, tactically organized, and difficult units to break down in modern football history. Consistently performing well in major tournament knockout stages, Switzerland relies heavily on a deeply experienced core, utilizing an incredibly dense midfield block that excels at disrupting the passing lanes of elite opponents. The Swiss tactical strategy against Canada will likely center around completely suffocating the space available to explosive wingers, forcing the co-hosts into a slow, frustrating possession game where psychological patience and defensive errors will ultimately decide the final scoreline. Adding an incredibly dangerous layer of volatility to Group B is the presence of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Having fought their way through a brutal, high-intensity European playoff campaign to secure their historic spot at the 2026 finals, the Bosnian squad is highly motivated to prove they belong among the global elite. The definitive focal point of their entire offensive strategy remains their legendary veteran striker, Edin Džeko, operating in what is officially his absolute final World Cup appearance. The 40-year-old clinical finisher possesses the elite positional intelligence and hold-up play necessary to punish even the slightest offensive lapses. Bosnia's physical style of play and mastery over set pieces present a nightmare matchup for their opponents, ensuring that every single match in this group will be a grueling 49-minute-per-half physical battle. Rounding out the group is a highly ambitious Qatar national team, arriving in North America, looking to completely rewrite their international reputation. Having invested millions into advanced modern youth academies and sports science over the last decade, the current Qatari squad operates with an immense level of team chemistry and technical fluidity, often dismissed by casual Western pundits. Qatar specializes in a highly rapid, short passing possession style that can easily carve open undisciplined defensive structures if given too much space in the central channels. Ultimately, Group B is an absolute toss-up where no single team can afford a slow start. As the opening matches finally kick off, global audiences are strapped in for an absolute classic battle of styles, witnessing whether Canada's home energy can overcome the cold, calculating experience of Europe's finest.